States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing and join the board in a moment of silence as we honor our veterans, our first responders, and our active military. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to these seats. I'll entertain a motion for approval of bills and payroll.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, second by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Rivera.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Resolved to approve the minutes of the meetings of the Board of Trustees from February 5th and February 19th, 2025, and amended minutes from January 22nd, 2025.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Solosky. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve a request by the Mineola Portuguese Center, Inc. for the use of Wilson Field parking lot and field number 2 for its carnival, Friday, June 6, 2025 through Sunday, June 8, 2025.
Okay, annual request. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve resolved to approve a request from the Evening Star Quilters for the use of the Community Center Auditorium for monthly meetings on the following Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the dates on the agenda.
Okay, and again, the Evening Star Quilters have been here for several years, so this is an annual request. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Solosky. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I have one personnel item. Resolved to authorize the hiring of Jalen Bobo as a laborer in the village clerk's office effective March 17, 2025, working Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at a starting salary of $18 per hour per the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, and this is to fill a spot that has been vacated by somebody who transferred to another department. So
What
it's-
department is this going to be?
this is for custodial staff.
Okay.
So to make up for somebody who
Yeah,
moved
okay.
to a different department within the village and left a hole
Vacancy,
in the
yeah.
custodial department. So
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chief Clark. Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chacon.
Good evening, Mayor, Board,
Good evening.
John G.
Good evening.
The first item I have is resolved to approve a budget transfer for the Mineola Fire Department fiscal year 24-25, an amount of $34,908.27.
Okay, the budget lines are there in front of you. The transfer is $34,908. I'll entertain a motion to approve the transfer.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The second item is resolved to approve annual lump sum payouts to the following Mineola firefighters listed below that earned credits during the calendar years 2010 to 24.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the list.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Mayor,
Aye.
I need to abstain. My name is on that list.
Okay. Trustee Casado abstains since his name is on the list, but we have 4 votes. Thank you. Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Palumbo.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, request a resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 new Flowbird solar-powered Strata S5 touchscreen multi-space color display parking meter kiosk from the Sourcewell contract number 080321-PRK. This is an amendment from the February 5th resolution. These new kiosks will be compatible to the new back office program.
Okay, so this is not an additional 2, this is The same two?
It's the same two, but the cost is gonna be a little bit more. It's $17,586.15. And this will be compatible to our new back office. The company sold, so the new company taking over, their back office will be a little different, but these kiosks will be compatible for that.
Is this an additional 17,000, or this is the new price total?
That's the new price.
total.
Yeah, the old price was 16,000 and change, so
Okay,
it just
And
went up about $800.
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Solosky, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Casado, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for the preparing the 2025 pavement evaluation. The engineers will be D&B Engineering and Architect, DPC. The cost is $21,000, and the funding will be from the 2024-2025 general fund budget and/or general fund unreserved balance
Okay, and this is for the grading of?
of our roads, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do an audit of our roads, which we haven't done in over 20 years,
Yeah.
probably closer to 25 years, to then inform us better going forward, our schedule of paving the roads. So this is just for the engineers to do an audit of our village roads, which there are 36 miles of it. Roads,
Roads,
gutters,
Yeah, all that,
curbs, et
yeah.
cetera. Okay, entertain a motion?
Motion.
Motion by trustee Casado, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by deputy mayor Sartori, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Next, a personnel item, request a resolution authorizing the transfer of Rich Vieira, a laborer in the village clerk's office, to the sanitation division of the Department of Public Works. Days and hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m., with his salary remaining the same.
Okay, so this explains what I said earlier. This is the reason why we have a slot to fill in the clerk's office for a custodian, because Mr. Vieira has asked to be transferred to sanitation, where he was originally. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve this transfer.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Casado, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Clark, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
That's it, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank you. Mr. O'Keefe?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Total number of electrical, plumbing, commercial, and residential permits issued in the month of February 2025 is 95. Just a handful of things as we move into the warmer months. I just want to remind all residential and commercial property owners to comply with the property maintenance ordinance of the Village of Mineola. And this includes any sidewalks abutting your properties that usually get neglected in the past that I've noticed. So just a reminder to maintain every bit of your property. Also like to remind all landscapers that operate in the village to submit their license renewals to my office before they begin the season. This application can be downloaded from the Village of Mineola website. Usually we'd have all the licenses pretty much done by now, but there's a lot of people slacking, and I just don't want to waste so much time finding unlicensed operators out there. So, but that's really all I have for tonight, just in case if you have any questions for me. So.
Any questions?
Just a quick question. What are the hours of operation of landscapers again?
It's similar to the construction. Weekends are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. During the week, it's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And if anyone ever has any doubts about whether a landscaper is licensed or not, you can call the village. Usually they'll have a sticker affixed to their trailer.
Yeah.
And certainly if you have any concerns about operating too early or too late, there are some times, and we do have to use some common sense. If the weather is terrible and they have to play catch up and they may come out on a Sunday, that's very different if they do it once versus if they do it every Sunday.
Right.
We do have to also use a little bit of common sense, but you're certainly welcome to call the building department and we would address it if it's an ongoing thing, but if it's a one-off because they've been rained out for 3 or 4 days, we try to accommodate as much as we can within reason. So
Yeah,
just ask
absolutely.
everybody to be reasonable. And the same thing goes for property maintenance. Today it's windy. You come in tomorrow, there's going to be, paper and plastic and lids and cups in front of your place. It doesn't matter that they're not your papers and cups and lids and, whatever. If they're in front of your place, you should clean it up. And I do want to commend, the DPW department, specifically the sanitation department, because we've instituted this program several months ago now, where they go out after they finish their routes to clean up our main commercial arteries, Jericho Turnpike, Neal Boulevard, Willis Avenue, the downtown, et cetera. That should not be in lieu of, property owners, business owners doing their due diligence, right? It's additionally to that.
Right.
And the same thing with anything else. We want people to use common sense. It's your place of business. You want to welcome in customers. You should keep your place clean. We have many, many business owners that do a great job of that, that go above and beyond. And then we have others that have to be reminded from time to time, and we will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have our list.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Mr. Gibbons?
No report, Mayor.
No report? Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to close the work session.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Solosky, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sartori. We're gonna go right into our public meeting. We're past 7 o'clock, so we're gonna go right into our public meeting. We are starting to get into our busy season. I'm gonna let trustee Clark talk about the parade. I will let trustee Casado talk about the pasta dinner. I'll let trustee Deputy Mayor Sartori talk about the Little League parade, and I'll let trustee Solosky talk about the weather.
Okay.
Okay? And that leaves me with very little to talk about. But as I just mentioned before, we're a couple of things that I do want to mention. First of all, this week the time changes, so make sure you change your clocks, and I'll let either of our firefighters on the board tell you what to do when you change your clocks this weekend. But I do want to mention that although it's windy and cold outside, that pool passes, applications for pool passes will be in your mailboxes in the next 2 weeks or so. They'll be on our website as well. If your child is 16 or over by June 1st, I believe, by the time that we open up the pool, they can also apply for a job in recreation, but first come, first serve pretty much, and there is an interview process. But if you're interested, make sure that you do that. So with that, I'll turn it over to the Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Our Little League parade is coming up. I honestly,
On the 5th
is
of
it the
April.
5th?
Yeah.
April 5th. Hope to see you there. The little kids are all happy and cheerful and ready to throw a baseball and kick some soccer balls and really enjoy our fields. And for me, it's a kind of a kickoff for the season. So we hope that we see you out there cheering them on and encouraging them. And it's a great way to bring community together for simple reasons. So we hope to see you then on the 5th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Casado.
Thank you, Mayor. So the juniors' pasta dinner is this Sunday, March the 9th, at the community center from 12 noon to 5 p.m. You gotta come down, if not only to support them, but to meet your fellow community residents. So many people, it's a great place to meet everybody. And some people come every year, and they sit in the same spot. It's just amazing. So please come down this Sunday from noon to 5 and support our our future firefighters. And regarding changing clocks, like Trustee Clark and I have said, time to look at the batteries in your smoke detector. Change your clock, because you know what? You don't want your smoke alarm to go off at 3:30 in the morning thinking you have an incident when it is only a battery. Not only are you getting the following your fire departments out to check it out, but you're getting all your kids are screaming, yelling, you're thinking you have a problem in your house. So check your batteries. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Trustee Clark?
Okay, this past weekend, we had the St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Mineola. It was the 75th annual event, and it was a very successful, cold but successful event. Everyone had a good time. I want to especially thank the village for supporting it, and the staff helping with last-minute plans with getting things going. And we look forward to continuing next year. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a great event, beautiful. I mean, it was cold, but the sun was shining. Great crowds on the sidelines, for sure. DPW painted that green stripe down the middle of Mineola Boulevard. It looked great. I happened to march part of the parade with the Deputy Consul General of Ireland to New York, and when we turned the corner on Jericho Turnpike, and he saw the American flag and the Irish flag flying, thanks to our fire department and neighboring fire departments, he was just, he took out his phone and took a picture. It's pretty awesome. So great job by all involved and by all that organize. And I also do want to add, I want to thank our village clerk, Brian Rivera, deputy clerk, Linda Pardo, and the assistant to the village board, Daisy Sirachi, for putting together our flag raising, which was on Saturday at 5 p.m. That was also cold, but it was a very nice event, and we hope that that's something that we will continue for many years to come. And the flag of the Republic of Ireland will be flown on Jericho Turnpike in front of the firehouse for the entirety of the month of March, as we like to call it, St. Patrick's season. So thank you for all that made that possible. Trustee Salaski, I talked about the weather. So you can talk
Okay,
about
so
something
I'll
else.
just. It's raining outside. I just want to say that St. Patrick's Day Parade was great. Mr. Clark, you did a great job. You
Thank
really
you.
did, as always. And I hope to see everyone at the pasta dinner and the Little League Parade. And other than that, stay dry tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, and stay safe. I did want to bring something up. I think when is the Propel New York? The 26th. March 26th. Okay. So March 26th here at Village Hall, 6 p.m. Nothing to do with the village directly, but they asked to use the village facility because it is centrally located. There will be a presentation. You may have heard of Propel New York, which is this infrastructure plan to bring more power across the Long Island Sound, through the Great Neck and Port Washington Peninsula, down through several villages and several parts of the town. It's going to take years, and then eventually out, I believe, to Hicksville, to the power station, to basically reinforce our power supply. If you have any questions about it, please attend that meeting. Again, it's not sponsored by the village. We're just giving them the place to see it. I've been able, as some of us have been able to attend some presentations by Propel New York, and they're really trying to do an informational tour so that any questions you have, how long it's going to take, the kinds of disruptions, where exactly, like I believe that for us in the village of Mineola, it's going to be down Willis Avenue, and that will be how it impacts us. Other villages it impacts more, some villages it impacts less, so again, March 20th here in Village Hall, okay? Anybody else? No? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to close the public meeting. Motion by trustee Clark, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Hope to see you all at the pasta dinner this Sunday, 12 to 5, here at Village Hall on March 9th. Thank you.